Hello, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to a concept that we came up with about a year ago, and it's a real estate sales model, and it's called Shared Home Ownership Victoria. And essentially, in a nutshell, it's taking a home with a legal suite, selling it to two parties that don't necessarily know each other, but find each other through what's equivalent of a dating site. So, pretty exciting concept. We're hoping to create partnerships and community for people that haven't been able to get into the market before. Um, uh, the truth is that we are in a very expensive home market here. The average price of a home in Victoria, Greater Victoria area, is about $850,000. So it's almost impossible for first-time buyer to get into that type of home. So this slide talks about millennials needing to either double their income or house prices need to be cut in half. And we know that that is not going to happen. Neither of those things are going to happen. So we really feel that shared home ownership is a silver bullet here for especially millennials and people that are just starting out. This is a typical shared home, and it has a downstairs suite, 858 square feet down. It would have been priced at about the whole house sold for 822, including GST, including all the appliances and landscaping, etc. Downstairs would have been worth about 800 and, or sorry, $287,000, and the upstairs would have been worth about, I don't know, 520, something like that. Um, Now, what would happen is, of course, these two separate parties go on the same title and on the same mortgage, and I say go for a minimum of a 5-year commitment so that both parties can create some equity in the property. These are the floor plans for that home. This is a home that is 8 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and would make a wonderful shared home ownership situation. They're running it as an Airbnb upstairs right now. So that would be a good shared situation, and everybody could make some money. Floor plans for that home. This is the website, sharedhomeownershipvictoria.com. Go have a look if you haven't been on there already. We talk about shared home purchases, about people selling a portion of their home, and maybe retiring to the suite, maybe heading to southern warmer climates in the winter, and still having someone at home to look after um, the yard, etc. Investors, two sets of investors buying a property. Lots of different combinations here. We recommend that you meet with a mortgage broker, and we have a couple that we like. Chris Simpson's one. He likes the shared home ownership concept, and so does Fernando Zilli. Good guys to know. This is an example of a $800,000 home and how mortgage payments would look. If you had a lower portion, or the lower suite would be 40%, the upper portion of the house would be, say, 60%. The mortgage downstairs would be 288, the upstairs would be 432 based on 10% down, and so on. Monthly payments down would be 1362. This is all based on a 3% interest rate. Upstairs would be about 1820, and then plus property taxes and insurance, contingency fund, that type of thing. This is an example of a home in my neighborhood. Last one here sold for 575. Has a legal suite in the basement, so the downstairs portion, based on 24% of the home, would cost a person about 150,000. Where can you get a condo for that kind of money? Upstairs would be worth about 425,000, and that would be 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and would represent about 76% of the home. A little shot of the backyard. and the suite, some floor plans. We're catering to investors. If you want to invest with another investor, you can rent the properties out. You can make your own rules. You can run an Airbnb. You could look at making a home with a non-conforming suite legal. We like to work with legal suites just to keep people out of trouble. So that's our mandate, is to sell homes that have legal suites. Resale options. What's going to happen after 5 years? Well, you can talk at year 4.5 about selling the entire home. You can offer to buy your partner out. They could buy you out, and so on. Or you could come back to me and say, David, you sold me this suite for $350, $375. What's it worth now? And I might say $425, $450, whatever the number is. And I'm planning on having 100 to 200 purchasers in my database by that time. So very likely I could come to you with 2 or 3 purchasers that you could take to your partner and say, hey, look, who would you like to be partnered up with for the next, say, 5-year term? Property taxes, like to have that put away either in your mortgage payment or saved up, so there's no surprises or no big bills to pay. Contingency fund, just like a strata has a contingency fund. I recommend that you get together with your partner and put a little bit of money aside every month just to cover off maintenance. And of course, insurance. You need to have proper insurance, and I always recommend life insurance as well. Legal agreements, so we provide the legal agreement for you. It's probably at least a $2,000 value. It covers co-occupier and joint venture type situations. So what you would do would be to put it together as well as you can and get some last-minute legal advice from separate lawyers. This is a table of contents of the co-ownership agreement. On the website, you will find your match. And so you go on the website and you would let me know how much you can afford to spend, what area of town you'd like to be in, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, whether or not you want to have a criminal record check on your partner, whether you allow smoking, how about pets, children, do you need a yard, how about a garden, do you need to be on a bus route, do you need to be close to a school, that type of thing. So what we're trying to do is line you up with someone that you can be compatible with and spend 5 years in a business relationship with, certainly in separate legal accommodations. But the goal being that we want you to make some money. We want you to build some equity and get ahead. So once you've found a partner, then we can start the searching for homes. I'll set you up on a automatic email setup, and you can do some drive-bys. If you and your partner want to look at it, you just simply call me. We go look at it. Let's say that you found one that you can see yourself living in for the next 5 years, and we would make an offer, subject to financing and inspection, of course, and subject to lawyer's approval in the end. Then we start the hurry up and wait process. We basically set up some bank accounts for mortgage payments, property taxes, contingency fund, insurance, that type of thing. And then it's hurry up and wait. We want to get packed up and start the moving process. We also have a referral program, so if you know someone that's interested in this type of thing and they purchase something through us, we'd be happy to give you a referral fee for just to say thank you. So thanks again for allowing me to provide this information to you. Remember that we have weekly Zoom calls, and on our website there is an events page. You can get the link to that Zoom call. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock is when we meet, and we can brainstorm, answer any questions that you have, and go from there. So thanks again, and bye for now.